Namaste everyone. Let's sit down in any comfortable seated position. Straight spine. Chin mudra on the hands. Index finger and thumb touching each other. Other three fingers are gently curled in. Checking face is relaxed. And we want to have focus on the breath for a few seconds. Take a deep inhalation now. Exhale it out completely and bring palms on your chest. We chant 3 rounds of Om together. Inhaling. Listen to the prayer. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vedhikena yopakarutam ravram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Set the intention for today's practice. And very slowly blink and we open the eyes. We want to start with half Navasana posture. So check your sit bones are nicely placed on the floor. Keep your knees bent in line with the ankle, straight spine, toes pointed. Your hands can stay on the floor next to hips. And if you are steady enough, you are stretching arms forward. Try and push the navel in, and we want to activate perineum, which means you will tighten your entire buttocks. We are staying here for 3 to 5 breaths. Without dropping feet down, bend the knees, cross the ankle, and we start with second round. Check the knees are bent, toes pointed. Keep the focus on pushing the navel in, and that will give you more balance. Checking the breath. One more breath. Exhale, cross the leg from the shin without dropping feet. And we have one more round. Making sure the spine stays straight. And let's start to breathe. Take a moment and see how you are breathing in the posture, where you are balancing only on the butts. Exhale and release. We are coming on the knees, keeping knees slightly apart. Toes are pointing back. You can also have toes tucked in if you lose balance. We stretch the arms to side wall. Exhale and start to move right hand to right knee, left arm overhead. Curl the spine, chin close to chest. Exhale, stretch right arm over the head. Move hands behind your thighs and try to lift the chest up. Look up if your neck feels okay. That's one round. Creating stretch for left side now. Squeeze navel, round the back. Exhale, stretching right side, right arm up. Hands behind thighs. Lift the chest up. Let your hips come forward. Third round. Left arm over. Creating a circle again, rounding back. Right arm over. Backward bend. Fourth round. Leaning to right. Rounding. Squeeze the navel here. Leaning to left. Backward bend. Last round. Leaning to right. Left arm over. Squeeze the navel. Round the back. Right arm over. Try to lean a little more. And we take a backward bend. And this time we want to hold backward bend. This is almost like half Vajrasana. Try to move your hands down as much as you can. And we want to move chest back and upward at the same time. You should be able to feel it on the abdomen. The pressure should come on the abdomen. Chin to chest. Exhale and we drop hands on the floor. And let's take a down dog posture from here. Keeping feet in line with the hips. Adjust your spine, lifting hips as high as you can. Chin close to chest. And let's take a moment to breathe here. And now we are leaning on the hands, getting into plank. Squeeze navel, bring right knee to chest, lift the hips slightly high and bring right foot between the hands. Right, we'll do this few times on the right side. So come back to plank, squeeze navel, knee to chest, right knee. Right foot between the hands, lift the chest up. Third round. Back to plank, squeezing navel, knee to chest. Right foot between the hands. Down dog. Fourth round. Knee to chest. Foot between the hands. Down dog. Last round. Squeeze the navel as much as you can. And we bring the foot forward. Exhale, down dog. Check if you want to adjust your hands. We come back to plank, left knee to chest, left foot forward. Exhale, down dog. Plank, second round, left knee to chest. Foot forward, look up, down dog. Third round, left knee to chest. Foot between the hands, moving back. Fourth round, knee to chest. Foot forward, back knee straight and back. And let's have it for one more time. Squeeze navel, let the hip go slightly high. And foot forward, keep breathing. Exhale, down dog. Let's take one deep inhalation here. Exhale it out completely and bring feet between the hands. We bend the knees here, lower down the hips in line with the knee. Abdomen resting on the thighs. Squeeze the navel as much as you can, stretching arms forward. Fix your knees and we'll lift the chest up to Kakasana. Checking shoulders are relaxed. Looking up if your neck feels alright. Exhale, full forward bend. Now if your abdomen is not touching your thighs, you can have knees little more bent. Inhale and we look up. Try to squeeze the navel a little more. Continue lifting hips high, lifting chest and head up without moving your hands. And we take a plank here, very slowly going down to Chaturanga. Inhale, point the toes back, lift the chest up. Exhale, down dog. Next inhalation, right foot between the hands. Looking up, sinking the hips down. Continue breathing. Exhale, back to plank and lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest up. Try to have knees off the floor. Exhale, hips lifted, down dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Looking up, back knee straight. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling, chest up. Exhale, back to down dog. Now here we try to have knees straight, pushing heels down, chin close to chest and look at your nose tip. And we start to breathe. Look forward and we start to walk both the legs. Inhale, look up. Push the navel in. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, knees bend, lifting chest, looking up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhaling, Utkatasana, looking up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, look up, stretch the upper back. Exhale, Chaturanga, moving down all the way. Inhaling, upward facing dog, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, looking up. Exhale, right leg back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, chest up, shoulders down. Exhale, lifting the hips. Inhale, left warrior. Exhale, left leg back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, chest up. Exhale, squeeze the navel, down dog. And again, try to have knees straight, squeeze your navel, looking at the nose tip. And let's breathe here. Long exhalation. Next time we exhale, start to walk both the legs forward, looking up. Exhale, squeeze navel, nose to knee. Inhaling, Utkatasana, try to arch the back. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, third round, looking up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhaling, lift the chest, looking up. Exhale, Chaturanga, go close to floor. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, right warrior, back heel on the floor. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling, chest up, toes pointed. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, left warrior, looking up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling, chest up. Exhale, squeeze the navel and we'll lift the hips. Looking at the nose tip. And now try to have still body, focus on the breath. Longer exhalation. Next exhalation, look forward and walk both the legs forward, looking up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhaling, Utkatasana, lift the chest up. Exhale, Samasthiti. People who are up for 2 more rounds can pause the video and practice 2 more rounds. Else we are standing here in Samasthiti, active Samasthiti, keeping feet together, tighten the kneecap, pushing the navel in, and let's look at tip of the nose. Keep moving arms towards floor as if you want to touch the floor. Still and active body this is. Few seconds here. And take one more breath. Exhale, blink and release eyes and the posture. Let's start with our first posture, Ashvasanchalana. So we bend the knees, fingertips on the floor. Stretch your left leg back. Your right knee is in line with ankle. Checking back knee is completely straight. You want to push the back heel to back wall. And we are staying very light on the fingertips so that we use more of legs to hold the posture. Here you will have to make sure you are not leaning on the right thigh. In fact, you try to move chest away from the thigh so that again we are not leaning too much on the thigh. Keeping entire body active here except your hands. And now we stretch right arm forward. Check no change on your chest position. And slowly left arm forward. Biceps in line with the ears. Squeeze your navel and that will give you more balance. Take a moment and see how you are breathing here. Take one more breath. Exhale, hands down, left foot forward. And let's bend both the knees one by one. Preparing for the other side. Ashvasanchalana, stretching right leg back. Check all the alignment, your left knee, ankle in line. Back knee completely straight. And let's have a gentle smile on the face. I know your right leg is already burning, but yeah, we are here. So let's breathe, squeeze navel. Focus on the breath. And slowly stretch left arm forward. Check no change on the chest and we lift right arm forward and up. Continue pressing back foot, back knee straight, shift the focus on the breath again. One more breath. Exhale and slowly, hands down, right foot forward. Bend the knees again, one by one, bending and straightening. Hands on the hips, and let's slowly come back to center. Now next posture is balancing posture, Ardha Padmottanasana. So let's have Samasthiti with closed eyes just to catch the breath. Make few long exhalations here. Very gently we open the eyes, hands on the hips. Open up your left toes and we press it down. Bend your right knee. Keep looking at a point. And we want to hold right ankle with both the hands, right knee pointing to right wall. I know it's an intermediate class, but if you have very tight hip, you can choose to just stay here. We can push the right knee towards floor. Right hand behind your back. Half away is also fine. And if you can hold your big toe, we want to do that. You can choose to stay here if you are already tight on the hip. And if you are steady, push the navel in. And very slowly we start to move head forward. Keep your left hand on the floor. Keep exhaling and keep pushing. Nose close to left knee. You'll have to fix your eyes at a point, somewhere close to foot or maybe on the big toe if you are comfortable. And let's start to breathe. Deep inhalation and a long exhalation. Now, people who are steady here can try straightening left knee completely. Try and lift the left hip as high as you can. We have one more breath here. Look up first. Bend the left knee. Left hand to hip. And same way we want to come up. Slowly release the posture. Let's just shake the legs a little bit. Let that blood flowing. People who have a low BP issue can sit down and relax for a few seconds. Else we are standing here, catching the breath. And if you are ready now, we want to adjust the right foot first. Let's bend the left knee, holding ankle only. Keep looking at a point. This is first stage. Now we move knee pointing down towards floor. Your left arm is moving back. It can just stay around the back also. And check if you can adjust the shoulder should stay in one straight line. Right hand on the hip, squeeze navel. And let's start to bend forward with exhalation. Keep your right knee bent until you drop that right hand on the floor. Nose close to knee. And keep pressing right foot firmly on the floor. And now check. If you're steady, you'll have to make sure you keep pushing navel inwards. And try to straighten the right knee. Right hip is reaching high. We are aiming to stay here for 7 deep breaths. So let's focus on the breath now. We take one more breath. Exhale it out, looking up first. Bend the left knee. Hand on the hip and slowly come up. Right, let's catch the breath here. Standing tall. If you are feeling dizzy, which is normal with this posture, you can sit down in any comfortable posture. Alright, so let's get ready for Kakasana, backward bend. People with the knee issues will have to stick to Bhujangasana or maybe Dhanurasana here. And if you are ready, we want to bring left forearm on the floor, left elbow in line with the shoulder. Okay, bend your right knee. Right hand on the right toes. Now you will need a little flexibility on the wrist, so you rotate your fingertips inward. So when you rotate your hand, your fingertips are pointing towards your front wall. And with your wrist, with your palm, you start to press your right toes down towards the floor. Check your left knee and ankles are active. Pushing left ankle on the floor and continue lifting the chest up. No stress on the shoulder. And now we take one more breath here. Exhale and release. This is only half posture and preparation for the actual pose. So let's switch the arms. Check right elbow and shoulder in line. Check my hand movement. I am rotating the hand inward. Fingertips are pointing towards front wall. You can do your variation if you have tight wrist. Your elbow is pointing upward and push your toes down. Use your hand, continue lifting chest up. Be aware about your right toes. Your right knee is straight. And we are breathing here. Take one more breath. Exhale and slowly release. Legs apart. And we keep forehead on the hands. We are getting into a full posture, Kakasana, with both the knees bent. If you find this difficult, you can stick to single leg posture. So I'm bending both the knees here, hands on the toe, and start to rotate hands inward. Keep forehead on the floor. Adjusting the legs first, pushing the toes down. Elbows are pointing up. Inhale and lift the chest up. And we start to breathe here. Try to squeeze your navel in, and that will help you open up the chest a little more. If you're doing this with single leg, you can switch the leg now. Others can hold the posture here. One more breath. Exhale and slowly let go of your legs. Relaxing here, few seconds. Very slowly we take a child's pose. Actively stretching arms forward. And we take 3 deep breaths. And let's very slowly we come on feet with the knees bent. Preparing for Pasasana, feet and knees together. Exhale and move left elbow outside right knee. Keep your right hand on the floor. Exhale and create a twist. Now you can choose to stay here, and people with flexible shoulder can try to move arms around the shin. Your left arm around both the shin. Move your right arm around the back and see if you can interlock the fingers. If you can just keep your arms around your body, that is also fine. Lift the hip a little high. Squeeze navel and try to turn your chest to right side a little more. Here you have to continue lengthening the spine. Keep pushing navel in and continue twisting with exhalation. And check your hips are not sinking down. You want to lift the hip 2 inches away from the heel. Take one more breath. Exhale and release. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Parsva, we start with the modified version. So just move right elbow outside left knee, left hand back. Continue straightening spine. And people who choose to stay there can stay there, and others can move arm around shin, right arm around shin. Left arm goes back, lift the hip up and continue twisting. I have a detailed video on this asana. I'll put the link in the description box below. Let's stay here and we are breathing. We have 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Exhale it out completely and very slowly, releasing the posture. Let's sit down and we straighten the legs here. We are moving on to Dandasana. So have your knees straight, flex the ankle, push the navel in and continue lengthening the spine. Keep pushing back of your knees to floor. You'll have to put a little more effort in squeezing navel to keep the spine straight. Alright, let's exhale. We bend the knee and we are preparing for Parsva Kakasana. So it's the same movement like Pasasana, the previous posture that we did. Feet together, bend the knee. Bring left arm outside right knee. Check both the hands are parallel. You will bend both your elbows and start to lean forward. Your right elbow should be supporting your right hip. Now you can choose to stay here, keep pushing navel in, look forward, and if you are steady, you want to lift legs off the floor. Okay, so let's do that together now. Take a deep inhalation. Feet together, move left arm outside. Drop that left hand on the floor. Adjust right hand just in line with your left hand. Lift your heel up, lift the hip up halfway. Bend both the elbows and start to lean forward. You'll have to make sure you squeeze the navel, otherwise balancing, holding posture will be difficult. Lift your leg up only if you are steady. If you have lifted your leg up, move your heels close to butt. And now see how you are breathing. Exhale and release. Let's take a moment here. You can sit down and straighten your legs also, catching the breath here. And we prepare for left side. So I'll show you from the front so that you can see the side of the body as well. Okay, so move your right arm outside left knee this time. Drop that hand down. Left hand in line with your right. Check, bend both the knees so that your left elbow is touching left hip. Lean forward, keep leaning. You can choose to keep toes on the floor, absolutely fine. Check elbows are bent. And if you are steady, you will lift the leg up, let the chin go forward. And if you have lifted leg up, move your heel close to butt. Continue breathing. Exhale and release. Take a moment, close your eyes and see how the posture felt. You can also straighten the legs if you need to. And let's prepare for Paschimottanasana. So we have legs on the floor, flexing the ankle. Move both the hands on tops of your feet, toes touching the wrist. You can bend the knees and start the practice with the knee bend. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale and start to bend forward. Squeeze your navel, let your head go down and forward at the same time. Continue bending elbows, that will help you go forward easily. And now put a little more effort to push back of the knee to floor. And people who are comfortable here will look in between eyebrow center. Else you can have eyes closed. Let's shift complete focus on the breath. Remember to keep legs active, your navel active. Focusing on the breath now. We take one more breath. Exhale and slowly come back to center. Purvottanasana, hands behind the hips, fingers open, point your toes down. And let's lift the hips up with exhalation. Continue lifting hips as high as you can. Keep pushing toes down. Look back only if your neck feels alright. And let's breathe here. Exhale and slowly release the posture. We want to lie down on the back, clear up your neck space, keep your legs wide. And we are doing a very short Shavasana, eyes closed. And make sure you work on catching the breath here. That will help you prepare for the next posture. Let's slowly turn to right side and we come on the knees. We are preparing for Sirsasana here. So adjusting arms, hold opposite elbows. Fix your elbows there. Pressing forearms on the floor. Interlock the fingers. Your little finger will stay off the floor. Elbow and shoulder must stay in one line. And let's bring top of the head on the floor. Now we lift the hip up and you can choose to stay here. Keep pushing navel in. That is first level. And if you are okay, one by one, we bring both the knees on the chest. And you can choose to stay here. You can also practice this with the wall. And if you are up for it, we want to lift knees up to ceiling, pointing toes to back wall. Now here you start to move shoulder away from the floor. So you want to use your shoulder blades now to lift up as high as you can so that there is no stress on the head, neck. And now we are stretching both the legs up to ceiling. You can do all of this close to wall if you have been practicing. I also have a full tutorial on Sirsasana. I'll put the link in the description box below, so please check it out. Here make sure your legs, your toes are completely active. Spread the toes and push it upwards to ceiling. And continue lifting from the shoulders as I said. And we want to hold the posture for about 1 minute. So if you feel tired in between, maybe you can release the posture and you can come back to the posture again. Let's continue breathing. We take one more breath here. Keep your knees straight and very slowly we try to come down with a straight knee with control, dropping feet on the floor. And let's relax in Shashankasana. Move your arms back so that we relax the shoulders, forehead on the floor. You must practice child's pose at least for a minute after Sirsasana. So let's stay here with the closed eyes. Let's very slowly, we sit down in Vajrasana, sitting on the heels. You can also sit in Sukhasana. We are stretching right side of the neck, tilting head to left side, straight spine. Checking the breath. Back to center. And switch the side. Very slowly, carefully creating stretch for left side of the neck. One more time, back to center. Tilting to left side. Center. And neck to head to left side. Back to center, check the spine is straight and we want to interlock the fingers behind the back. Keep elbows softly bent and start to lift your chest up. Lift the chest, shoulders back and try to lift your hands as far as you can. Moving it away from the body. Squeezing the upper back. Let's breathe here. Taking one more breath. Exhale and release. Hands on the knee. Let's have still body for a few seconds. Now keep your eyes closed. We straighten the legs and settle down in Shavasana. Keeping legs apart. Checking how you can keep your neck, shoulder, lower back relaxed. Stretch the toes gently. Maybe you can rotate the ankle clockwise and anti-clockwise. Few times. And now we relax here with still body. I shall let you relax here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.